let's say location updating works in this tutorial. So let's draw real quick. This is the mobile station. Let's say this is the BSS. BSS comprises of the BTS and the BSC. This box is MSC VLR, the old MSC VLR. So let's say the new one, where it's actually going. So this is the new one. I'm going to explain why. So the MSC VLR old, and this is the HLR of the subscriber, the home location register of the subscriber, where the subscriber is subscribed, where its information is stored for the first time when it when it's switched on its mobile. So let's see the message flow, including the channels which is used for this discussion. So let me explain why location updating takes place. Mobile listens to the broadcast channel all the time, and mobile has a location area identifier stored in its SIM, and it's always listening to the broadcast channel. So when it sees that the location area identifier has also been broadcast by the BTS on the broadcast channel all the time, so when the mobile compares the LAI in the SIM with the LAI in the broadcast channel and finds that there's a difference, it automatically assumes that it has changed its location area, and it starts a location area update. Now we're going to see how it happens. It starts a location area update where it tells the new MSC VLR that, hey, I am now in your location and I want you to consider me a member of your family now. Let's see what happens. So in the scenario when MS, the mobile station, sees that the LAI is different than what is stored in its basically in its SIM, it initiates a location area update. So what happens before it initiates the location area update request is it asks for a channel. So it sends a radio interface layer 3 radio request, radio resource message for channel assignment request to the BSS, that, hey, give me a channel where I can talk to the MSC VLR, telling him, give me a way of a channel. This is done by the random access channel. So mobile subscriber, or MS, sends this message to the BSS asking for a dedicated channel on, this is a RIL 3RR channel assignment request. The BSS sends back the same message with a response on access grant channel, saying that, hey, I have allocated a standalone dedicated channel for you, and here's the information. So that information of the standalone dedicated channel is sent on this channel back from the BSS to the MS. Now the MS, using the standalone dedicated channel, because now it has the standalone dedicated channel number and everything, so it tunes to that channel and sends a location update request. So it's called the DTAP, direct transfer application part mobility management message, to the BSS as location update request message. Now this message has the IMSI of the mobile, and it also has the old location area identity which mobile has stored in its SIM card. This message is sent from the MS to the BSS forwards this message to the MSC VLR. DTAP is another form of BSS map message, which is this DTAP message is used for direct communication between MS and the MSC VLR or the MSC. Now just to remind you that this initial message sent by the mobile for asking for a channel, asking for a resource, is basically, in this message only the BSS knows why it's asking for a dedicated signaling channel, because there's a message field in this message which says the request, the reason for the request, and the reason for the request is mentioned here as location update in this request. So now MSC VLR, the new MSC VLR knows the old location area identity. So then now, knowing the LAI of the old, this new MSC VLR sends a map send identification request to the old MSC VLR. So it's a map message, mobile application part message, because map is a protocol used in between all the NSS elements. It's a non-call related protocol for all the non-call related functionalities. Map send identification request. Now this message actually means that, hey, this new MSC VLR is saying the old one that, hey, send me the IMSI, the international mobile subscriber identity of the mobile, because I want to authenticate. This comes back as a response message which has the IMSI of the mobile. Now at this point in time, MSC VLR, actually let's draw this further. So now you can see. So at this point in time, this MSC VLR can initiate an authorization authentication. So what happens, let's assume that it initiates an authorization authentication. So what happens is this new MSC VLR will send authentication input. It's basically optional. This is optional. It will send authentication info to the HLR authentication center. Send authentication info request. This means it sends the IMSI and says, send me the random number and the signed response right away. So this guy sends the this is the response message which has the RAND and the SRES. With this, it tries to authenticate the mobile by sending an authorization request. This is purely optional. Authorization request to the MS by sending a RAND. The mobile processes the RAND, generates a SRES and sends it back to the MSC VLR with a response message. The SRES is compared at this point here and mobile is authenticated. Now after that, the new MSC VLR will send a map update location message to the HLR. So it's called a map update location. Obviously the new MSC VLR would want to tell the home location that, hey, you know what, this mobile is now in our area, so why don't you update your database with the MSC address and also the VLR number, right? So at this point the HLR knows that, hey, I have to update my database. And so this is not dotted line, this is actually a message which actually goes. It's not optional, it's a mandatory message which goes. Now at this point the HLR will send a map cancel location request to the old MSC VLR. This just telling the old MSC VLR, hey, why don't you delete the database entry for this mobile because it's moved from your place. This is now this message is received by a response which says that, okay, I've got it, I've removed it. For this message, the HLR sends a response back saying that I have updated it, my database, with the new information. At this point, we have few areas left. At this point, the HLR actually sends an insert subscriber data request to the new MSC. So it's a map, insert subscriber data request. This means this means the HLR wants the new MSC VLR to know the new MS ISDN number and the subscriber information number. And after receiving, it sends a response message back to the HLR saying that I have updated my database with the MS ISDN number and the subscriber information, because HLR has the subscriber database of every mobile which is in its area. So that's why it sends it back to the new MSC VLR saying that, hey, now you have a visitor in your area which I want you to have the subscriber information, because tomorrow if you want to authenticate, you should know what subscriber information the mobile has, whether it can make that particular call or no, or whatever, right? At this point, the new MSC VLR will send a DTAP location update accept message. This is a response to the earlier request message by this message by the mobile. Now so at this point, the location update has already happened. In this message, the VLR which is attached to the MSC will send a new location area identity and a TMC, temporary mobile subscriber identity, to the mobile, saying that, hey, this is your temporary identity, this is the LAI you are now in right now. So this is all done in the standalone dedicated channel. At this point, the mobile actually initiates a release of the channel, where now from the MSC VLR a message is sent, which is BSS MAP message clear command. It's a clear, so MSC VLR will tell the BSS to clear that signaling channel, standard dedicated channel which is assigned to the mobile. The response is here. Now BSS sends a RIL3RR channel release message to the MS, which is on the standalone dedicated channel. At this point, the standalone dedicated channel has been released from the mobile. Now there is no channel. In the event that the mobile has to make a call after this location update, this thing will not happen. The release of the channel will not happen. And how do we know that the mobile, and how does the MSC VLR know that the mobile will want to make a call? It will know because when mobile sends this message to MSC VLR, it will have, in the case that mobile wants to make a call after location update, it will have the information in one of the field. It will have a message saying that, you know, the mobile intention of the mobile is to do a location update and to make a call. And so therefore the MSC VLR would know that not to release the channel, the standard dedicated channel, and use that for making a call. Thank you very much for listening to this tutorial.